Boy, Mike, I tell you what, I'm still sick, or I'm sick again. And much like Caleb, it's bugging me. This is Watchers on the Couch. Welcome back to Watchers on the Couch Westworld Edition. Today we are discussing episode 3 of season 4, Annie's Folles, as we say in America, or Annee Folles, if you want to be correct. I'm Tim.
I'm Mike.
And Annee Folles, in case you didn't know, Annee Folles, in French, the crazy years. Oh,
so crazy.
So crazy. We did so much in the 20s. It's basically it's the French term for the 1920s in France. According to Wikipedia, it was coined to describe the rich. Edit that. It was coined to describe the rich social, artistic, and cultural collaborations of the period. The same period is also referred to as the Roaring Twenties or the Jazz Age in the United States. Jack. All right, so we get to see some characters we haven't seen in a while. It's the return of Bernard and Tub Stubbs, and we get some Maeve and Caleb and a little bit of side action with Caleb's family. And we're going to get into all of that. Mike, overall, before we get into any spoilers or anything, what did you think of the episode?
I actually enjoyed it a lot. I had a good time watching it.
This was a great episode. This is arguably one of the best episodes of the series, I think. Dude,
Stubbs and Bernard together, you just can't beat it. It's great. Time. It's so fun to watch.
Every time. Yeah, I mean, this has been, I mean, we're only 3 episodes in. There's still 5 episodes left of the season, so it could take a quick dive in the shitter. But so far, this season is overall better than the second and third, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think so.
Definitely the third.
You know, we got to finally see Bernard wake up, so
Dusty Bernard.
That was great. I don't know. Just a story felt like it was moving along. So,
yes. Yeah, this was one where stuff was actually happening, and when it ends, it's like, "What do you mean it's over? I want more." As opposed to, wait, it's over? That. Wasn't it just starting?
Yeah.
But our good friend Chris Nays, and I forgot to mention this, if you're new to our podcast, Chris Nays actually, in addition to the Chris Nays Minute in prior seasons, he did his own Watchers on the Couch for Castle Rock, seasons 1 and 2 on Hulu. And that show's been over and done and canceled for a long time. And if you haven't checked it out, check it out. And you can listen along with Chris and our friend Debbie as for the Watchers on the Couch Castle Rock edition. That's in the main feed, or you can just search Watchers on the Couch Castle Rock. But Chris had some thoughts for this episode, and let's go ahead and hear from him.
Hey, it's me. I'm back. And I'm using the speak pipe widget thing to call into the show. This week's episode opened up with Bernard on a kind of vision quest-like thing in the Sublime. And I just asked myself when Akecheta, I don't know how to say his name, when the Native American actor showed up, why is it every time popular media, a character goes on a vision quest, they run into a Native American? Just a thought I had. But all joking aside, I do love that actor, Don McLaren, I think is his name, and he's on a great show called Reservation Dogs. Plays a sort of bumbling cop character. If you guys and the listeners haven't watched that show, you absolutely need to. That's it for the Chris Nays Minute. Goodbye.
Thanks, Chris.
Does that guy play Mr. Red?
Oh, I get it.
Nobody?
Oh, Mike.
Sometimes you make a joke.
Hey, I don't know, man. Chris was one asking the questions, and
just because I ask one too many questions.
Sorry.
I will take Chris Chris's word for the Vision Quest thing, because Chris watches a lot more television than I do. When I think Native American Vision Quest, the first thing my head goes to is Wayne's World 2. So I don't have a lot of things in my head to compare it to.
I don't know. I kind of agree with Chris. I kind of have that in my head a little bit, and it is, I don't know. Maybe they just had a culture of, what other culture does that,
Vision Quest? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure other ones
I'm
do,
sure there are that I'm unaware of because I'm a dum-dum. But, I live in America, and Native Americans, who knows? Maybe that wasn't even the thing for most Native Americans, and that's a stupid trope that we should, get rid of and stop doing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So, we're going to talk about Bernard and Stubbs. We've got the show opening with Bernard following a white horse, which I don't know, could be a following the white rabbit a la Alice in Wonderland, or an allegory, pale horse being death as he walks through the past. And then, he, I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. Akacheta?
Akichida?
Akichida? I haven't heard his name pronounced in season 2. So
Aki. Aki.
He is a great actor. I have not seen Reservation Dogs, but I do see advertisements on, was it Netflix?
Don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. I've heard good things about it, and I haven't watched it.
One of the streaming services.
I think it's Hulu.
It might be. I don't know. One of the streaming services really wants me to watch it, though. So now that I have the Chris Ney seal of approval, I'm going to check that out eventually. But Bernard's walking around. Then the horse leads him into this nice, modern, clean building where we find Akichida kind of in a Matrix 2 as the architect sitting in a chair, telling him all the possibilities and things like that, who informs him that he is, in fact, in the Sublime. And that there are different... Everybody's Sublime is different. That's why nobody's there except Akichida. Because
sometimes you got Sublime with Rome. Sometimes you have the other Sublime, original Sublime.
When it comes to Sublime, it's what you got, and
Sometimes you make a joke
to that.
I'm really glad we do this, Tim.
This is so cathartic.
Oh man. So Akichida informs Bernard that he can basically, all possibilities, all variants in that could possibly happen. And it's like the entire multiverse is there in the Sublime, and it's yours for the perusing. So Bernard does so. He takes however much time to visit countless potential outcomes.
However much time.
I
did it again.
Until Bernard finds... That's great. I have so much drainage. Sinus drainage. Black. And finds the ideal 1 in a billion scenario that he thinks there's a chance for. But unfortunately, regardless of whatever path he takes, all paths lead to his death.
This is a little bit confusing on... I understand this thing of these paths and stuff, but how do they know the path of every human, and how could they even simulate that?
But this is where I go back to... I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
This is where I go back to that thing with Ben Barnes' character at the end of season 2, where he's showing them the book, and basically all humans only have 13 variables. So when you think when you put it in that terms, there's not really an infinite number of scenarios. People are always kind of predestined to do a handful of things.
Although, I understand too, as far as I know he's not doing every single thing according to plan. There's multiple ways he can get to the end of that path.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of has to keep it on track, as it keeps veering, to the left and right, but he, is finding the way that still leads to his end goal.
Right.
But it's kind of weird, like how he knows which humans are out there. I mean, he's been in there a long time, according to HBO Max. And
yeah, let's save that. Let's not jump on that too late.
But so the only thing I can think of is that I guess they have more data on humans than I would expect.
Yeah,
which is not out of the case. I mean, how many people are on social media? Or most people are, I guess. So,
well, then again,
and then even if something strayed you from that path, you would be able to kind of veer it back towards your goal.
Well, that's my other question, because presumably the Sublime is still out in space somewhere, right?
I don't know.
And
I was thinking it was in the Hoover Dam there, but I don't know. I thought they shot it to a satellite, and maybe that got downloaded back to somewhere, but I have no idea.
Yeah, I need to
because if it's just shot into space, how is that? I guess that data is just keeps traveling through, but it doesn't have any energy or an interaction to work with anything. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's that. I'm sure they addressed that at some point in season 2. And then whatever that data was that was getting downloaded in season 3, I just don't remember. But even then, the Sublime, it has all the host data. But whatever person data it would have would be limited to people that were actually at the park still then, right?
I believe so. Yeah, the Forge data. That had the library books of people.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that does how can you predict every possible scenario in that case if you only have a limited data set?
But hey, it's Bernard. I'll go with it.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Just go with it, guys. It's cool.
Thanks,
I know everything. I'm a Rehoboam now, so I'm Reho Bernard.
So yeah, Dusty Bernard, thanks for joining us. You wake up in the motel with Stubbs still there, and Stubbs not dusty. Everything else very dusty. Stubbs informs him that he's been there for years, but they're very vague on how many years it is. We're left to our own devices. Presumably, from the perspective of the viewer, we're thinking at least 7 or around 7. That puts us at quote-unquote modern day.
Now, I did go back and watch the season finale of season 3.
Oh, that was smart. I should have done that.
Pull up and looked at the motel, and then looked at the motel as they walked out. There's a freaking giant tree that kind of blew through the roof there, or I guess blew through the roof of the porch when they were walking out of the motel in this season. In this episode.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
That means it's been a while, as Stained would say. So yeah, the two exit into on that note, they enter into a very dusty, sandy. I mean, I remember them being out in the desert before because, there's a lot of desert in Westworld. But it seems kind of like post-apocalyptic Mad Max-esque as we get a little further into the episode. But Stubbs and Bernard, they go to a diner where Bernard is displaying his new prescient superpowers, where he's predicting things, saying things. It's like Stubbs wants a sandwich. Bernard tells him he's going to settle for this other sandwich. And then he goes, which, by the way, Stubbs eating a sandwich is we were talking about at least I was talking about Doctor Strange and Bernard basically being the same person in this case, which makes I can't remember his actual name. Stubbs is, I know he's a Hemsworth. It's not Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth is
Luke?
Thor. No, Luke is
Liam.
Is it Luke? No, Liam's the Hunger Games guy, so it is Luke. Luke Hemsworth is Fat Thor in Endgame. As he's getting his pastrami sandwich.
Poor guy.
But you'll...
I guess he's just...
damaged goods.
Oh. I'm kidding. I like Luke Hemsworth a lot. I think he's very funny in this show. But I need somebody to compare him to in the Marvel universe. So he's Fat Thor.
Yeah. And now we know Bernard, who he is, right, Tim?
He's Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say that and it went over my head?
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss it?
That's exactly what happened.
No.
I mean...
I'm sorry. I
was confused.
Well, that's okay. I mean, you could... Next time it comes around, you could try to grab it, but...
Don't reach for it. You never fill it out in time.
That leads us into Bernard after Stubbs orders his tuna melt sandwich because he can't get the pastrami one. Bernard just up and excuses himself and goes outside and has a Neo at the end of the first Matrix fight with some dudes in a parking lot where he's not even looking at them, which is very fun. That's a lot of fun to see. Like, we already know Bernard's kind of a badass from, I guess from season 2 onward, but in season 2, you don't actually see him do a whole lot because all of his murder is under the guise of memories of Ford.
Yeah.
But then when he's in hiding in season 3, he beats up a lot of people. And this time
he's badass.
And now he's leveled up to the point where he doesn't even have to look at people that he's beating the shit out of. So Bernard and Stubbs, after this Neo fight, Bernard and Stubbs get picked up by somebody that Bernard is expecting. And she's expecting those other 2 dudes. So, what kind of weird shenanigans is happening? But it turns out she was supposed to meet up with the 2 guys that Bernard stuffed in a trunk, and Bernard reveals that he's got the head of one of them in a bag. So Stubbs is there eating a sandwich while Bernard is cutting off heads, which is my favorite Westworld moment of all time.
She's like, "How'd you get this?" He's like, "Fucked his brains out."
Yeah.
That's what I did.
You couldn't use a little head? But we reveal that he's a host. He's got a big gaping hole in the back of his head where we see a brain ball. And basically, Bernard wants to meet up with C's organization. They go to even more desert, where Bernard reveals after they go through some security checkpoints and meet up with the rest of the team. I don't remember who the lead guys.
Some weird security checkpoints, by the way. What are these fucking lasers in the middle of the desert? Like, were those lasers supposed to be like cut you in half lasers? Or are those supposed to be like, if you pass them, like a bomb will go off?
I assume it's some kind of trigger.
Like deadly lasers. So, all right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
What if some animal comes across there? It's just like, walking along, just trying to get some food. Boom. And then your bomb's wasted too. So
yeah, your bomb is wasted, and also so number one, what's powering it?
Yeah.
Because your lasers need power.
Free energy.
Oh. Well, at least we have that in the...
Those those wind turbines, those old fucked up ones that they passed when they went to the diner.
Were those moving?
Mm-hmm. I don't think so. Okay. No, there was a couple I think that were still moving. Most of them weren't. Yeah.
Yeah, and also they have like these hydraulic mirrors to turn off the lasers, and that's going to use some energy too. I don't know. Turn your brain balls off. It's Westworld.
Yep.
This is not what you're supposed to use your brain processing power for.
Exactly. But back to you were saying that lead guy, right? That came out.
Yeah.
Look at the brain ball. I think he doesn't. And I haven't seen this show. He's in Into the Badlands. on AMC.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly it's in that, and he's really good on it. So,
yeah, there's so much.
Check that out.
There's so much TV on there. Like, how can a watcher on the couch keep up?
Tim, I don't watch TV. I watch HBO.
HBO, that's right.
Give me money, HBO.
Ching,
Come
ching,
on.
ching. So, yeah. In the desert could be anything. Could be a big blow up. What could be deadly lasers? Could be a bomb. Could be a person. Could be a tower. I don't know. But Bernard knows. And Bernard knows where it is. Because he's seen the future.
To be honest, I don't have really any clue what it could be.
I have my own theory. And
we can talk about it a little later if you want to keep going through it. And
I want to do theories
just
and
because,
speculation.
Okay.
At the end. So.
All right.
That's it for the Bernard and Stubb stuff, I think. So, yeah, the timeline is still technically unknown from the viewer standpoint. HBO kind of fucking spilled the beans and removed it. We will talk about that at the very end of the episode because that is a spoiler some people might not want to stick around for. But one of the things that I did
spoiling it now. They said it was 10,000 years in the past.
It's Dinosaur World. It's Jurassic Park World.
Yeah.
Which I will get into.
They figured out time travel.
One of the things that I both like and hate, like if this was since it's an 8-episode season, I like it if it was a 10-episode season.
Yeah.
So they could have totally done a whole Bernard, a cheetah. I feel so bad. I should have totally learned how to pronounce this guy's name.
Kichida?
Akichida.
I might be wrong about that. So.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's right, though.
They could have done a whole filler episode just of that and Bernard visiting other timelines and revisiting the past, getting stuck in loops and things like that. And since it was an 8-episode season, I'm glad they didn't do that. But I totally would have dug that episode if this was a 10-episode season.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing. Like I was, kind of sucks that they didn't, but I'm 100% happy that they didn't.
Yeah,
because of how little time we have. 5 episodes is nothing, to figure out what the hell's going on, man.
And we're still not going to know. So, let's see. Put a little break in here, and so people can leave a message. Oh, and clear my sinuses. God.
What is SpeakPipe?
SpeakPipe is just like this website. Like there's if you go to the Watchers on the Couch website, there's like a send voicemail button at the bottom of it. And it's just a service they provide that you can use your browser to like literally just like record a message and it sends it to us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Convenient.
That's the plug now. That's the new plug. Yeah. So Chris used it to send in his Chris Nays Minute. You can send it for your own thoughts, theories, corrections department. That kind of thing. Any theories you have, you want to debunk our theories, that's cool. Any questions you have about Westworld that we can answer for you or try to answer for you or just make up, or feel free to contribute to the show. There's a link in the show notes for SpeakPipe. You can also visit watchersonthecouch.com and hit that little widget at the bottom of the page. All right, so in this next bit, we're probably the Caleb's family story arc that we get in this episode. I forget the mother's name.
Aurora, I believe,
on a radio, because that's what. Oh, what's this? What's this nodding?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, seems like just getting a lot of training done with guns and radios and training for the apocalypse and stuff.
Oh,
so,
interesting. Interesting. And she doesn't want to go to the safe house with her mom and Carter, Caleb's friend. So Owade wants to talk to her daughter for a little bit, try to talk her into things, like explain how Caleb wants to be there, but he can't. He needs to stay safe, and he needs for them to say stay safe. Stanima needs them to say stay safe. Why is that so hard for me to say? So Carter offers to train Bear, real original name Bear.
Says he's going to train her to do a
Chick punch combo.
Oh, chick punch combo.
Chick punch combo.
Chick punch combo. Punch multiple chicks at the same time.
Nice. And then that's going to be the season 5. That's who the weapon is. The weapon is Bear.
Oh.
And Bear.
God.
Bear is going to try to kill Bernard. That's how Bernard dies.
Bear goes back in time
to
season 2 and is the bear in the fucking main room.
Oh my God. And then Bernard's all like,
don't reach for it. You never pull it out in time.
But he does. Bear does. And fucks Bernard up. Yeah. And that's the end of Bernard. Yeah, Carter offers.
Pulls it out and it's like, come on.
One last touch.
Carter offers to train Bear with a chick punch combo. But then in the next scene, after Frankie's all like, okay, I'll go with you, she meets up with Carter by the car that they're packing up. And Carter has no idea what she's talking about with training this bear. And she's like, okay, I'll show you the move that I showed this bear when we get to the safe house, and hands her back this grubby ass looking bear that wasn't that grubby before.
Yeah. And goes and talks to her mom, and because she sees some blood on the bear, she's like, Mom, Bear is on her period.
Bear is free bleeding.
And they're just having girl talk about Bear's period.
That's right. So while Frankie's sitting at the house, she's looking at her grubby, bloody bear, and apparently somebody's not good at cleaning around there because there's a small trail of blood that leads towards the backyard. And
leads to a sack of potatoes.
Leads to a sack of potatoes.
That's what I fucking saw. When I was watching it, like, it just cut too fast. And, like, I don't know, maybe I looked away for a second or something, but, like,
it was, the head's in the upper left.
It was hard to kind of see.
Yeah, the head was in the upper left corner. Otherwise, it looks like a sack of potatoes.
What's this fucking sack of potatoes? Like, I don't know what was going on. I knew the guy was replaced, but I didn't know what the fuck she was looking at.
Yeah,
like, no, I knew immediately, like, that guy was, replaced.
Yeah, you could see his face through the whatever the muslin is, but that would be hilarious if it was a sack of potatoes. And Frankie's like, Mommy, Daddy taught me that only hosts eat potatoes. And it's like, fuck, you're right. Get the gun.
Punch him with the potatoes.
Ade, I like it when you punch me in the potatoes.
Bear.
I like it when you do your...
Did you do the chick punch combo?
In my potatoes. So Frankie tells her mom, like, tells her to hide, and her mom goes and gets the gun out of the safe. Which I like that the mom trusted the daughter, and there wasn't like, no, you're overreacting. This is, your dad's paranoid training kicking in and things like that. So there's like, it's better than what I feared they were going to do with Uwade's character in this season from what we saw in the first episode. So that was nice. But meanwhile, everybody's hiding, and host Carter's like looking for him because, they got reservations. They got to be at that safe house. And he can't find them. So he pretty much realizes the jig is up at that point, and he goes all Terminator T-1000, just like very, what's the word? Walking with determination through the house like he's a big, intimidating badass that is flipping over beds and stuff. And every time, like, you think he's about to get her, it's like, oh no, she's hiding under the bed. He flips the bed. Oh, she's not there. And, but eventually he does find her. She's hiding in a closet, and he swings open the closet, and there she is. And
Fade to black.
And we're
not talking Metallica here.
Nope. Well, we could, because a very excellent cover of Enter Sandman in the next
is
part.
up next.
So when last we left Maeve and Caleb, they were in the Roaring Twenties Park, which I guess is called Temperance World. I don't remember if they ever said that it's called Temperance anywhere. Is there a sign that said Temperance that I just didn't see?
I don't remember, because I know it's Temperance as well. Maybe that's the name of the town. Maybe there was a sign. I think when they first got off the train, one of the buildings had Temperance on it.
Okay, well that would make sense, because the only reason I know,
like, welcome to Temperance.
Yeah, the only reason I know it's Temperance is because of the closed captioning.
Okay.
Or subtitles for when certain characters talk. So we have Temperance World, a park modeled after 1920s America. It's very Art Deco. It's very nice. I like it. But the problem is it's all recycled quests and adventure hooks from Westworld.
Mm-hmm.
And we know, Mike, what that is.
What's that?
That is lazy storytelling.
That is.
Old William and Delos. Writers they ain't. They don't have Lee Sizemore to punch up scripts and shit.
So this is something I thought they were maybe doing with Christina. We talked about it on the preseason episode that we did just for a second. But, rehashing those stories, I thought maybe Christina was one of these types of people where it was kind of Dolores, but it was like the basic Dolores, but was tweaked, for modern society.
Yeah.
Which I don't really believe anymore, but
I don't either now.
Still, but,
and we'll get into that. But so we get a fake Dolores with a dropped can that Caleb almost picks up, a la young William, until Maeve said, "Don't pick up that fucking can, dummy."
Yeah, she's like, "Don't pick that up. It's
damaged goods."
She's like, "It's expired. Don't pick that up. It's from the 1920s, man."
It's peaches.
Oh, there you sick. You picked that up.
You're gonna fall in love with Dolores, and then you're gonna become a fucking crazy ass serial killer.
What happened if he ignored her and then he falls in love with that Dolores? He becomes the new Man in Black.
Yeah. And then he has to watch Uwade's dad jerk off for 30 years.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Man. Yeah.
So we have the fake Dolores, we get the Armit. Help me. What's
Armistice?
Yeah, sure.
I
don't know why I'm having such a problem talking. You'd think I don't do this. But yeah, they're running through the exact same plots as Westworld. So Hector and Armistice show up to knock over what is called the Butterfly Club now. I think it's Butterfly Club or Butterfly Bar or something like that.
Yeah, I believe the Butterfly Club, which the Mariposa was what it used to be called.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I think, doesn't that mean butterfly in like another language, like in French or Spanish or something?
You would think it'd be French because they called this episode Annee Fall, which is French. But I think from the Inside Westworld thing, what's the actor's name? What's Caleb's actor's name? Aaron Paul. Aaron Paul said Spanish for butterfly.
Oh, okay.
So, man, I mean, I guess it's still a Latin-based language, so that's fine.
Another year of me doing Duolingo, and maybe I would have known it was Spanish.
That's going to be hilarious. Like the next, everybody's going to tune into a Watch It on the Couch episode where you're speaking fluent Spanish and I'm speaking fluent German. It's like nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
I hope so. That'd be cool. I'm starting to fall off just a little bit, but I'm going to get back into it.
And Maeve decides she's just going to go ahead and shoot Temperance Hector and Temperance Maeve. And then her and Caleb proceed to kill the rest of Hector's gang. Also, they pile up some bodies, so the maintenance crew has to go pick them up because they're going to hide with a pile of corpses, Mike. That's how they're going to get in.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
I don't know what I think about that. I think that's problematic. I feel like there's something about lifting up an actual person like Caleb compared to a robot, or at least it should. That's like, this person is warm and breathing. Like he's just,
the warmth would do it, but maybe they have gloves on, and so they wouldn't feel the warmth.
Oh yeah, because you don't want to get sick from all the diseases that rotting robots
No, you just don't want to
have.
get dirty. No, they just don't want to get dirty. It's messy, man.
It's a messy job.
It's a messy job. Someone's got to do it.
So they get thrown down a chute.
Come on. This whole thing is problematic. This whole thing with Maeve and Caleb is fucking nuts. All right? Like, it's completely silly if you don't turn your brain off. Like, all these hoops that they're going through just to get caught is fucking nuts.
Meanwhile,
I'm hoping they explain some of this shit, because it could have been way simpler to like capture Maeve and Caleb.
All the hoops that they're jumping through to get caught when they're already caught. Like they're already in the park.
Yeah, exactly. They're already in there. Like, and I don't know. Maybe Halores just, wants them to, I don't know, think they're free, or I don't fucking know. Because, whatever. But it was fun to watch.
So they get down to the...
I did enjoy all of it, so, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So they do get down to the administration level, which, surprise, Maeve quickly finds out it's not an administration level at all because nothing's being controlled there. And then, all of a sudden, we have Temperance Wyatt, Dolores, and Temperance Teddy, and everybody shooting all the workers down there, because the workers down there are hosts too. Surprise, surprise, motherfucker. The Westworld Massacre is another level of the game inside this park. So that's fun. A nice little Easter egg for rich white folks to discover.
I thought that scene worked out pretty well. I liked it. So
yeah, no,
it was a good little surprise. But it is, really fucked up. Like
these people are bad. Like humanity doesn't deserve to get saved. Like these people are awful.
I mean, then again, is it that much worse than any of the other parks? I mean, what is it? Just time? Like, oh, too soon, bro.
7 years.
Been 7 years, dude.
Well, I mean, are you going to visit Holocaust Park 7 years afterwards?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. How much time does it matter? And in this future, does it matter? Do people care even less and less about people?
They probably
How do they feel after the robot wars? Or they're just like, fuck it, I do what I want.
That's probably that's actually a really good point. The robot wars.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't even know how the robot wars happened. Like, were there actual robot wars?
I think so.
We know there was a rebellion. Kind of
mentioned with Maeve and Caleb, they talk about it. I think just slightly, like just in passing. Really, they didn't say too much about it, but somebody did.
So, Caleb seems to be pretty good at shooting people. That's cool. He kills Temperance Wyatt, and they managed to find. I don't know what else he does though, because he's basically just walking around being a dum-dum. Other than that, and. It's very tiresome.
And he always has a confused look and surprise. Like, what? And look, in Breaking Bad, it worked perfect. All right, for that character, but
he's just the same character. Only he's got
he pretty much is
military training,
just a little grown up. Yeah.
No offense, but what the fuck does that mean?
So yeah, I used to cook meth, but then it didn't get me anywhere, so I went to the military, and then I met a robot lady.
I liked her a lot.
And, I blew up this future predicting machine, and then I met another robot lady, and I almost died, and she put a robot heart in me to keep me going. I'm half robot, but nobody knows.
Oh.
Wow. I don't know. I think that is a possibility.
I
seeing that
agree.
small flashback, like he might have some type of robot mech in him. But
I
still
agree.
human. Just stuff to keep him physically, I guess, going, but nothing to change him mentally.
Yep. Yeah, I had some similar thoughts, and we'll get into that in the speculation section of the episode. So they find an elevator leading down to the administration level, but not before some fucking Karen shoots Maeve with one of the park guns and wounds her. So Caleb has to take some. I don't know how those things work. It's like some kind of magic that just stitches robots together, apparently.
Yep. But I think it works the same for humans too. I mean, it definitely has to, considering, a freaking 70-year-old man got his throat cut in the post-credits last season, and now he's alive, so... Fuck.
Yeah. So they do get to the real administration level, which leads us to seeing those faceless drones again that we saw in Season 2. I don't think we saw any in Season 3.
I don't remember. If we did, I don't think it was super important.
Yeah.
To the story.
Yeah, and they're working on these flies that we've been seeing that seem to be attracted to Caleb. Maybe just because Caleb's human, or maybe because they're programmed to go after Caleb. We don't know, but apparently the flies are real flies. They're not robot
that's what I was
flies.
going to say. Mm-hmm.
They're
looks like they're probably infected with the goo, which I'm assuming is so they have these real flies, and then they infect them with, I guess, these nanobots, and then they go infect people.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my assumption.
It's whatever. Yeah, so they got these parasites that feed on the goo. The flies feed on the parasites. The flies then get infected and then infect humans. Seems to be how that works. Caleb asked Maeve if the black goo looks familiar, and the concept of black goo strikes something in my memory in Westworld from last season, but since I didn't rewatch it before the season, I have completely forgot
how black goo plays in this season, Tim. When the senator's wife, when she gets shot, when she's in the stables and she's kind of going crazy, Maeve, after she dies, mentions oh, she's human, but not like any human ever seen. They have this little scene where her blood coming out of her head looks like black, like real black.
Okay. So there's no black goo.
We're talking about how it looks familiar.
There's no black goo in previous seasons at all.
Not that I'm aware of. It's possible. It almost sounds familiar, like a Season 2 thing.
Right. I didn't remember if that was
or something.
Yeah, I didn't remember if that was something they did to Clementine or Clementine was doing to people, or I don't remember how. No, she was just walking by and they were just dropping dead.
Yeah. Yeah, she was just magic lady.
Okay. I guess maybe my remembrance of black goo is limited to I'm remembering X-Files in addition to
Right, yeah, right.
So, and apparently there's a sonic component to how the control system works, which we hadn't heard before. Apparently only Maeve can hear it, as far as the characters that we follow. So
it only controls, at least that's what it appears, it only controls infected people.
Maybe the flies too.
And tells them kind of what to do. Because then they look at the screens and they see, people freaking offing themselves,
right? So we watch
noises kind of start.
Yeah, we watch a bunch of humans play with blocks. Then they decide they hate playing with blocks, and then they decide they'd rather shoot themselves than play.
I can't get the fucking square one in the circle thing.
Fuck this!
I want to go in the circle fucking hole. I'll show you a circuit hole right in my head.
So Caleb's trying to get Maeve.
One of the guys that offed himself was I forgot. I don't know if he was a senator or if he was. I don't remember who he was, but he got infected by Halores. He was in the car.
Yeah, he was in the car.
Yeah.
That was shit. He was important. He was
a YouTube influencer.
Nice. What up? It's your boy, a guy with a hole in his head.
Hey, like and subscribe. This episode is sponsored by Delos. Delos, the greatest corporation, and all your destinations available still. Try the new park.
Remember to smash that subscribe button. Wasn't Homeland Security.
Ring that bell.
But he was, I don't know, he was something. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
He's dead
something like
now.
that. Yep.
So yeah, Maeve's digital Jesus powers aren't working with all this new tech. She can't override the door while Caleb's yelling at her. And then all of a sudden,
hey, well, maybe fucking Maeve should try putting her powers on the on the actual controller of the door, not the middle of the door. The middle of the door doesn't control the fucking door. All right. There's a fucking controller that controls the door. This is one thing that's fucking so annoying. Like
it was unlocked the whole time. Just turn the knob.
Like there's a controller on the wall, like this digital controller. Shouldn't she focus her energy towards that and not the fucking middle of the door? Like, unless because she's not using force powers, she's using her powers to control electronics. So,
which I still don't understand how she has those powers, but they just turned them on the data pad.
And wavy is whatever.
Right.
It works when it works, and it doesn't when it doesn't. Like whatever we choose.
And we made her too powerful last season, so we got to dumb her down some. Now.
I think that's part of it. Upgrades. I can't do it anymore.
Oops. Then
it's fucking software updates.
And
I forgot to read the license agreement.
Well, here's the thing. In the real world, the Man in Black would have just fell down because he would have had his forced upgrades at an inopportune moment and
yeah,
just turn off while you're in the middle of something.
Oh shit! I scheduled install right at this time.
He's getting ready to take a swing at another at another politician with his golf club, and all of a sudden, we have to reboot. It's time to update.
Force install. Fuck. Oh, you've been putting it off too long.
Yep. So then all of a sudden, on the screen we see Frankie. Oh, fucking Carver. Fucking Carver delivered Frankie. Oh, no. So Caleb obviously goes apeshit. He's got to try to rescue Frankie because she wants to play with blocks, because what kid doesn't want to play with blocks? I'll tell you what. 1.5-year-old that's over blocks, man. She wants the Xbox controller now.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
And she knows how to turn it on.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to navigate, but she knows how to turn it on and how to screw up anything you're watching. So,
hey, when I was a kid, and there was an Xbox or blocks, I'm sure I probably would have chose Xbox, but we didn't have shit. We didn't have Atari when I was 1.5. So
we didn't even have blocks.
We didn't have blocks.
We got driveway rocks.
That's played in the mud. Yeah, had rocks.
We had rocks and cigarette butts. Make your own fun.
Yeah.
So Frankie's going through the motions that we just saw with everybody else with the blocks and blah blah blah. Caleb desperately pounding on the door, trying to get in. Maeve desperately trying to get the door open. Blah blah blah. All of a sudden, just in the nick of time, Maeve's powers work. The door's open. Caleb gets in, gets the gun away, and then Frankie's all like, "Oh, Daddy." Oh, whew. Thank goodness, right?
Daddy,
you can't leave. And then Maeve finds out, oh shit, something's wrong. Something's wrong. And she goes to save Caleb yet again until she's stopped.
I've been looking forward to this.
Oh,
it's the Man in Black.
And he's angry because
my wife's dead.
So he's going to have a showdown with Maeve, and Maeve kicks his ass in short fashion, and then proceeds to continue on her way until oh shit, apparently you can't kill the Man in Black. He's immortal now. And
okay, there's 2 of them, right?
I don't think so.
That's what I thought, because I thought there was 2 different ones.
I mean, if he's Agent Smithing, if we're getting even more Matrix in here, and there's just a room full of Men in Blacks, then I suppose it's possible. But I just assumed Part
of the reason I thought that there'd be more than one is just because it'd be convenient to have more than one. Like if you got this awesome robot killer, human killer robot that you'd want maybe more than one,
Yeah.
So kind of like having a room full of sexy ass Bernards, you're gonna want more than one. You're gonna want more,
Okay.
But, yeah, either way, it works either way, and it works either way for at least for Maeve to find out that it's not the real William. I'm assuming that's her first time figuring that out.
Yeah, that it's not Flesh William.
Yeah,
not Meat William.
Maeve's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, can't you try?
Her powers make no sense, man.
Yeah, you couldn't detect that he is a host.
Yeah, other times she's like, like when the fucking senator. She knew, and shot him. Oh, well, she can't figure out. All right, maybe they didn't. No, but that senator did have upgrades. Maybe the Man in Black robot has like super, super upgrades. How did she not know that Caleb's daughter was not Caleb's daughter?
Well, I think she did eventually.
Well, yeah.
It's a little late.
She took her face fucking opening up and flies pouring out.
She had to wait until the door was open so the signal got through.
Yeah.
So, yeah, at any rate, we do see what happens with Frankie and Carver. Frankie shoots Carver right in the fucking head with a toy gun, which is unfortunate. But had it been a real gun, she would have fucking killed him.
Yeah, that's good shot.
Which leads host Carver. Practicing. Yeah. Leads Carver to start talking some shit, because if you're a bad guy, you have to talk shit just long enough for the mom to come up and shoot you in the head. And she went all dodge this, and he did not dodge that. So we find out that Uwade and Frankie are okay for the time being, but Caleb is not, because his daughter is a fucking fly spewing robot. And because Hale doesn't need Frankie and Uwade, they just need Caleb. Why? Why is Carver there, or why is host Carver there if they don't need him?
So this is a big, big question I have, because there could have been so many times that she could have gotten Caleb if she wanted Caleb. But no, all right. We talked about that just slightly, or at least I remember thinking about it, and now I remember, like, I guess maybe Haloris didn't know anything about Caleb until Maeve put out that signal.
Right.
So yeah. But either way, what the fuck's so important about Caleb, huh?
Right. He's a sidekick. I mean,
is he a super outlier? Is that why she needs him?
I don't know. I mean,
he's part. Maybe I don't know. Maybe this whole thing is going to still keep progressing towards trying to get trying to find Bernard, probably, or because he knows Dolores and knows a little bit about Dolores, and maybe that'll give him some information to finding out, because she probably wants the Sublime,
right?
And she can't unlock it, because that's why that's why I'm saying, that's why I think the Sublime is in the Hoover Dam.
Okay.
Because that was something that was stolen from them, like the Man in Black says in the first episode, but it's encrypted and he can't even get to it.
I trust
the whole thing.
I trust you. I mean, you've sold me. My only thing is Caleb. It's like, why? Because he's not a fucking genius. Once his daughter lets him go, he could have easily pulled the jacket and shirt over his face and protected himself from flies, but he's just there. No, your hands are free, motherfucker. You're smacking flies. Pull your shirt up.
He's in shock. If that happened to you, if your daughter did that right now, would you just be like, oh shit, shirt up?
Yes. I'd like to think so. I like to think as soon as my hands are free, I'm kicking that robot in the face.
What? Well, we don't even necessarily know that it's only like eyes and mouth. I'm assuming it is, but we don't really know. Like, what if it just touches the skin?
Yeah. I mean, that's what it almost has to be. Otherwise, Hale's entire fucking plan can be ruined if you just wear goggles and earbuds.
Sweet and safe. Well, you still have to cover your mouth and your nose, right?
Well, they're not going to force your mouth
and
open.
your butthole.
That's what Sarah said. Because I brought that up. I brought the thing, like they can just cover, if they just wear like swimming goggles to cover their eyes and nose and earbuds, then they're fine. And she's like, well, the mouth. It's like, flies aren't going to force your mouth open. That's the strongest muscle you have. It's like, well, there's other holes. And it's like, okay, well, I hope they delve into that. I hope we get flies right up the asshole in the next episode of Westworld.
Right up the urethra.
That's right. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I don't get why.
Don't pull it out. The flies will get you.
I get the feeling that the Westworld massacre must have been covered up too, because I don't see why people are going to this fucking park after robots killed a bunch of people, the last group of rich assholes that were there, and rich assholes are like, Westworld, another park? Yeah, sign me up. Oh, the Westworld massacre? I'm going to find that. It's like, what the fuck? What kind of Jurassic World level bullshit is this where, oh, the dinosaurs got out once and like, let's go there. Oh, yeah, definitely come to this park. We don't want you to get bored of the actual dinosaurs that maimed and killed a bunch of people. We've genetically engineered a bigger and more deadlier predator dinosaur. Come, give us your money. What the fuck, man? Rich people.
See, yep.
Fucking rich people.
Hey, the rich people, they think their money can keep it from death from anything.
That's right. I can't wait until I'm rich so I can keep death away.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you need to support us on Buy Me a Coffee. Link in the show notes. No, man, we've been going for over an hour, Mike. That's what happens when I actually write show episode of Westworld, episode 5. Episode 4. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So the big one, then I think you've leaned on this as well, that the chick Bernard and Stubbs meet, C, it's got to be Frankie. They're further ahead. They're further ahead in the timeline.
It's Francine.
Francine. Got it.
You know,
Francina.
And Caleb's friend was named Francis, right? The one that died. She's probably named after him. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Francis, Francine.
Well, that makes sense.
Frankie. And then, we're seeing, okay, HBO Max, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. So this is a super spoiler because this was not meant to be leaked. So if you don't want any spoilers for, upcoming episodes, or theories that could potentially spoil your enjoyment of the show, probably a good idea to stop now. Thanks for listening. I probably should have said that earlier before we mentioned that. So I'll probably, in post-production, I will put a further disclaimer before that. But HBO Max, Mike, why don't you talk about that?
So I saw that HBO Max put out on Twitter, they had a meme of Bernard and Stubbs, and they were like he was eating a tuna sandwich or something. But anyway, maybe that wasn't. Anyway, HBO Max said 23 years in the Sublime will do that to a person.
They
deleted it.
They deleted it. They fucked up.
They reposted it, but took out the 23 years and just put years in the Sublime. 23 years seems perfect for that girl to be Frankie. That put her about 30 years old because she was 7 years old when we last left her. So, and like I was talking about with that tree, all right, 23-year-old tree, it could seem about right, for that size tree, whatever, and how worn down all that shit was. And then seeing her, Frankie, as a kid with that ham radio, like, man, that really fucking calls it out to me. Yeah. Like, more than any of that other shit. Only because, before we see, obviously him training her with how to shoot guns and shit, but then we see this fucking ham radio, and I'm like, all right, it's fucking John Connor type shit. And Caleb and her is Sarah Connor. Like, that's, training for the apocalypse. And what do you know? They're in an apocalypse.
Bernard's the T-800.
Bernard.
Bernarnold.
Yep. Bernard Schwarzenegger.
It makes sense. Obviously it makes sense, and it's too obvious. It's almost too obvious.
I honestly don't think it is. I don't think it's too obvious. I think it'll be. I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal for it to be a reveal. Really, like it makes sense. I still think that storyline's still neat. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't really care about the like mystery of it.
So I agree. So yeah, we're saying it here. If you didn't know, Frankie is probably C, and Bernard's is further ahead in the future, which puts I have so that my speculation of the timeline is as follows: that the present, quote unquote, modern day is Maeve, Caleb, William, and Hale. And then the Christina stuff, Mike and I were originally talking about how we thought she was in a simulation or either the Splime or another park or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what seems more obvious now is that Hale and William win. And she is the storylines are what the flies deliver to the people, and that's why the people, like, you're controlling us, the tower's controlling us. The tower's making the noises that's controlling the flies. So, like, but apparently the flies get upgraded to make people like remember different things and believe different things, whereas before they're kind of everybody's kind of in pain in the modern day as they're following orders and they need their purpose fulfilled and to be free. Whereas, I guess, in the near future with Christina's timeline, they're a little more refined and actually give you a brain program, is what I think. Or it could still be a simulation or park thing, as evidenced by the maze showing up on her stool. Or on her,
what if Christina is in a simulation? What if she's the weapon that's buried in the desert?
So I don't think Christina's buried in the desert. I think Dolores is buried in the desert.
Okay.
I think it's actually a Dolores. It might be Christina at that point, where Christina becomes Dolores again.
She's basically is Dolores. I mean, she's still right. She's writing all those storylines. Mm-hmm. You know, that's a Dolores storyline.
So that's the immediate future, is Christina writing the storylines for Olympiad. And then we have the further future, the post-apocalyptic wrecked city on fire and shit. And I think that's where we have Bernard, Stubbs, future Frankie, and probably Fidelity William at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I mean, the show writers could be lying, because for like that William,
I don't know. Did they? If they did, I did not see
I'm pretty sure they did. I'm almost positive. But they could be lying about that too. And yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Fucking William could be down there maybe.
Oh, that would be cool. He's the man.
Fidelity fucking William could be down there. And remember when he was saying, "I'm going to save the world."
He's going to be man in white.
I think he said that when he was actually alive and not post Fidelity, but
yeah. He's going to be man in white. And
oh my God. It's fucking, oh my God, it's going to be, that's what the weapon is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking, oh my God,
William.
It's William.
It's got to be William. Awesome.
Yeah, because it's all fucking sandy down there too. And like, they definitely lied about that. Mm-hmm. Thousands of years in the future thing. Oh, yeah. It's fucking post Fidelity William.
Yeah. And I think we're going to find out next episode that the flies don't affect Caleb.
So that's what I was thinking. So that's what I was kind of saying. Like, him being partially a robot, you know, because he probably fucking died and Maeve brought him back to life with robot parts.
Yeah.
You know, but not a lot. Just enough to where it doesn't affect, the flies doesn't affect him.
Yeah. Because otherwise the guns would work on him if he was a full host.
Yes.
Because originally I thought, no, he's completely a host.
He has his actual brain, not a brain ball. But maybe like, I don't know. Fuck. Yeah. Maybe those flies like don't work if you have like a robot heart or something. Maybe he has robot blood, because he lost a lot of blood.
Oh shit.
But maybe you could do like some robot blood transfer.
Well, he still has to have human sperm because he has a kid.
Yeah. Did that happen before, or did that happen in between?
We don't
the
know.
robot wars, like.
Find out. We don't know anything about the robot wars.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been going for a while. We probably should end it here because one, it's a good place to leave it. We've discussed everything.
Welcome to the end of the game.
Welcome to the end of the episode. Thanks for listening. You can visit watchersonthecouch.com, leave us a voicemail. You can check out some of the other shows that other people and that Mike and I have done. Game of Thrones, American Gods Season 1. We didn't do the other seasons. We've done other things, I think. His Dark Materials. And yeah, so that's going to do it. Until next time, I'm Tim.
And I'm Mike.
And you should
keep questioning the nature of your reality.
Woo!
Well, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Kick, punch, combo.